Okay, looks like we're back again. I don't know what had happened there. I guess we'll just play it by ear and see what happens. This is weird too. Why is this thing acting all weird? It's moving too fast or something. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. So, anyway, let's finish getting back into this. Okay, and then we'll put our little eyelashes in there. Like that. All right, let me see here. The life of a caricature artist, right? We're almost getting into stuff. We're always doing stuff. We're always making fun of people's faces, right? All right. And I hope everything's working with the stream right now. I have no idea if I'm even live or not. I'm just going for it, and then whatever happens, happens, man. Oh, this rain around here today. All right, let me see if I can find my gray marker here. Where the heck is it? Nope. Which reminds me, I gotta do a Walmart run today. For sure. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. I think I ought to make sure that I'm live. Let me go to YouTube and make sure I'm live first before I start doing all this, because I might not even be live right now. Okay, let me see. Okay, I get it. Okay, am I live right now? Okay, am I live right now? Oh, yes, I am live. Okay. Cool, I just wanted to make sure. So I can put like a little heart, right? Something like that, right? And then you can put like a goal here. Oh, yes, I am. Okay. Cool, I just wanted to make sure. So I can put like a little heart, right? Share how you celebrate. Something like that. I don't know. Okay. All right, there we go, guys. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up with this one, and then we'll go ahead and get into our next one. I just want to be sure that I was live. Sometimes I don't be live, and I can't see what's going on. I don't know. What do I think? Let me see. I don't know. Something about this seems kind of like it doesn't feel like her to me. So anyway, let's get back. Let's do that one again then. All right. Let's see. Let's gonna do this. I think that shape is a lot better. Sometimes even the best of us mess up, right? Sometimes I get in there and I be thinking I complicate the process too much. Even I do that. So, with this type of drawing here, you want to not complicate things so much because then, you know, you get discouraged and you kind of quit. You kind of quit, you know. And nobody likes a quitter, right? All right, let me see here. So I think I like that one a lot better. Okay. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add my eye shapes in here. So I guess I can put them. What do I want? What kind of eye shapes do I want here? I see something with points on them. So, what if I just do a shape like? What if I do this? Let me see what happens. I just want to see something. Okay, what if I do this? And that. Let me see. I just want to see what happens what happens if I do it this way here. Will I be able to get a good likeness from that? You know, in order for you to get better at this, you just kind of figure out what will work and what won't work. You know, and this is really the bottom line to it. It's not really rocket science. It's just what will and will not work for you in your drawing. Okay, so today I'm just practicing like relationships of the facial features. All right, so I'm just doing it just to see which one kind of works. I like this one right here because it gave her a little bit of softness in the eyes right there. So I think that one came out. That one's pretty cool. Okay, so that's a good approach we could use. This approach, I definitely don't feel like this. Actually, I mean, I feel some resemblance, but I don't like it. You get what I mean? So that one's pretty cool. What else, how else could I have approached those eyes there? Let's see here. Let's do it like this. Let's see. Maybe I could. How else could I have approached that shape? Okay, so I'm thinking of let me see. Coffee cup. 2 coffee. Okay. What if I do this here? Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna try another way with the eyes and see how that way works out. I don't like my drawing to look too serious when I finish at the end. So I have to find that what basic shapes will actually work for me. You know, at the end of the day, that's kind of how I do it. Now, every caricature may draw differently. This is just my practice time. I'm Harry. What's up, guys? Thank you for coming out to the stream. Super awesome. Okay. All right. So again, we're just doing some happy accidents here today, and I'm trying to figure out what will actually work as far as this eye shape is. That's really convincing. Now, let me see what I could also do is I can try. Let's see if I tried it from the eyebrows, right? And then from the eyebrows, what if I went to the mouth shape here, right? So I can see relationships between this and this. Okay. And then what I would do here, I guess this would be the shape that I would want to use here. 3, 4, 5, super. All right, and come here. Now this shape right here, let me see what I could use here. What if, can I use a triangle? What if I use a simple triangle? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's what I was looking for right there. I think that her eyes just look angly and triangly to me. So that is definitely what I was looking for right there. So the triangle seemed to be the key for the mystery here. The triangle. Okay, so right here, I'm going to put triangle for her eyes. And I'm actually going to even save that picture right there. So let me download it. And then we'll go into some more pictures here. Okay. All right, let me see here. Okay, so we'll go to our next picture here. This is back up here. And we'll just pick somebody random. I guess we can pick her real quick. All right, so let's look at those eyes right there, and that oh, you can't really do that, right? Not really that one, because it's kind of boxed in. So let's just go. Let's go with somebody with. Let me see. Let me see. She got braids here. Maybe we can try. She kind of looks similar to the one we were doing. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got here. All right. So with this shape right here. You know, with this, it almost makes me think that we want shoot. I don't know, like if I'm just going to follow kind of my instinct with this. I'm thinking of I wonder if a heart shape would work with this face, like some kind of like a rounded, like a very round heart with a. Nah, I'll just do it like this here. What if I just go 1, 2? Okay, what if I just go 1? Okay, something like this. And something like this here. Okay, and then we'll just come to the ear shape here. Keep it simple. One simple shape. Okay, and then we got braids here. Simple braid technique here. All right, just kind of wrap around, then go down. Okay. Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on over here on TikTok? How you guys doing it this morning? Okay, now I'm gonna do something like this here. Okay, it look like this is kind of coming around here. Okay, now the next thing that I want to do here is I'm going to see what's going to fit or what's going to work for the eye shape here. Okay, so for this one, what I'm going to do here, I'm gonna go. I got my eyebrows. I'm gonna make a simple U shape, right? Just make them a little bit more cartooned, right? To give them a little bit more angle. And then I want to make my mouth shape very small in here. Okay, so I'm going to try my darndest to keep it simple with a little bit of a small space here. So what do we got at 2, 3. Okay, so we got some roundness here. I made her nose just a little bit smaller. Now for the eye shape here, what I think would work really nice is a diamond here as well. So what I'll do here is I'll just kind of shoot for the diamond, the overall diamond shape here, right? And it makes the eyes look nice and big and wide, and then you can just come back with your eye shapes here. Okay, and then we can just add our eyelashes here on this last little curve out here, so to give us more of a feature look. You know what I mean? Then we'll just kind of double over. So that diamond shape really looks like a pretty cool shape. So far, I think, hey, thank you so much, Gibby. I appreciate you. Okay. Hey, how are you today? All right. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and color that in right there, and I think we pretty much got a good quick caricature, right? You know, we can just kind of color this in here. Okay, so we're gonna go here. So we got the triangle eyes before, but these are like the diamonds. So diamond shapes can be used for, I'm thinking of circular eyes. Okay, so that came out pretty cool. I like it, right? Okay, and then we'll just come back here. Remember, basic shapes. Boom, boom, right? Okay, basic shapes. So that looks great, Oh man, the weather over here is it's pretty rainy over here, Gibby. It's like shoot. Yeah, it's pretty rainy. But we need it down here because we was in a little bit of a drought situation here. So we needed that that rain that we got here. We really needed it. So I could have made the nose a little bigger here, but I went smaller. But that really didn't kill my likeness too much. Again, I feel like this was a little bit bigger and rounder, but that's okay. All right, so that drawing is one and done, right? We don't really need to. I guess we can do the hair with black. So this is like what I would do for the braids here. Let's go ahead and make a little pattern in here. I like very simple caricature. I don't do a whole lot of, even when I do themes, my themes, I keep it simple because I'm not going to get paid more to do a lot of of stuff that doesn't, you know what I mean? I'm just trying, because you can get to this thing, into this I want to show off thing, and that's not, screw that. You know what I mean? You get older, you'll see it's no big, you get once we get over ourselves, things get so much easier in life, Okay, so this one I think I like. What do you guys think about that diamond shape for the eye right there? So the first time we did a triangle, this time we did diamond. Let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna kind of work with that a little bit today. I'm trying to see a commonality of that, especially with the girls' faces here. I'm really starting to see that commonality in this. So I'm just gonna kind of zoom in a little bit here. Got a good picture. Okay. And you know what? Today has to be the day I go to. I know where I'm going today. I gotta go get some. I gotta go get some more padding. I think I got some paper here, but I'm down to my last sheets here. Yeah. So I gotta definitely go there and get some paper for that. Okay. All right, let's go to this one. Now let's see what we can do here to work this face here. What kind of head shape do we want? You know what my search is? My search is to figure out the one ring that rules them all, whatever shape. And for some of the features, I found that shape, but at the same time, I think that doing it that way takes away the variety in the picture. So I really don't know. Let me see. So let's try a different shape of eye with this one. So this one here, let's see what kind of eye shape we got here. Let's go with the head shape first. So I feel like I have a two-sided head shape. Okay, and then I have a three-sided situation here. Generally, okay. Learning how to think in general proportion or general ideas or associative ideas is going to really help you out with this. It's like right here, I'm not drawing here. What I'm drawing is this. I'm drawing a like a moon type of a shape. When I get down here, almost a paintbrush almost. You see, like this is the tip of the paintbrush. It's paint coming down here. We might have a waterfall, so we can say the waterfall is going up, then it's going down, and just by me saying waterfall, it takes the pressure off of me drawing all this stuff that's not really necessary. Okay, keep your face shape simple. If at all possible, do it all with one shape. But sometimes it's not possible to do it that way. So you might want to approach it another way. Now, what we're going to do here is our eye shapes here. So we're going to go kind of up and down, and we're going to go up and down. Now, so we're going to get to our eyes. What shape do we want for these eyes here? Now, you know what I could use? I like the diamond. Let me see if the diamond will work for this. Let me see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up and down and over. And then I'm going to go up and down and over. So the diamonds, and then I'm going to come here. And I'm going to see how that looks when I'm finished. Okay, so if I do that, add my eyelashes here. I got to make sure I angle them the right way, of course. Okay, and then we're going to go with a little bit of a... here we got a nice round nose, so we're going a little bit rounder on this nose. So this is what we'll do. We're not going to draw a round shape. We're going to actually draw like the Superman sign, but we're going to kind of round it off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So she get a little bit of a wider nose shape, and then she has her lips here. Looks like a heart shape here, and then the bottom of a heart shape here. Okay, and then we'll just put our lashes here. Okay, so I like that. I like that. Okay, I like that. That's the diamond again. Even though something about this shape was intriguing to me, like this actual shape here, I don't know whether that would have worked or not. But I was thinking of this, but I didn't want to. I wanted to keep it simple. But I was thinking of this here and seeing like how it will work out this shape here. So if I went like this and like this and then like this and like that and then like that. See, I think that shape right there would work too. This hexagon would have worked real nice right here as well. So we had two shapes that we tried. Both of them came out pretty good. Right? This gives me my character more of an edgy feeling. And then this one gives it more the rounder feeling. But either way, both of them were pretty successful. So mission accomplished, right? Let me see. Okay. I think it worked. And her face might be a little bit more rounder, but I don't know. But I still feel like I see the likeness there. So I'm not too out there on that one. Okay. What if I would have went with something a little bit wide? Well, let me see. Well, her face is not really wide round, but she has. I don't know. What do you think? You know what I mean? What do you think? Let me see. What if I go like? What if I do this here? Let's see. Round. Straight up, just go round. And then let's just go with, let's just go like this. Now that's, okay, let me see. Okay, got this. Okay. That's right there. Okay, let's see. What if I go with a football? What if I just go with footballs? Like, I feel like this really gave me a very soft, nicer shape here. What if I go with a almost like a teardrop shape, like that? That's nice. The teardrop. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Okay. Okay, so this is more of a teardrop. And then let me see what else would I notice about this one? Wow, so many ways to approach these faces. This one, she had a little butt chin, so I could just put that here. Okay. Yeah, I know. I just went with a 3-sided thing here. Good generalization there. Okay. And then something like that. Okay. So either one of those would have worked out. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our next picture. Mm. All right, let's see here. So what kind of shape do I get about, what do I feel about her face? I feel like this. I definitely feel an innocence here. I feel something like this. This is what I feel. I feel a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then yeah, like that. That's a little bit better right there. All right, okay. I guess some things just have to happen, right? You got to put. Like when I was looking at this, how many sides to go on this face. I'm a line minimalist, so I'll be trying to figure. I practice a lot because I'll be trying to figure out how to eliminate lines that I don't need. Right? Let me see here. Now this one, what I get like a. You know what I might do here? I'm gonna do this. Let me see. What if I do this? And then go here, and then like that, come approach it from the top, and then kind of do like this, and add the eyelashes. Yeah, and then we go here with the nose shape. Whoop. Okay, and then we got our mouth shape. Okay, I think that one came out really nice. No complaints about that one. Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, nice. So this one, what did we use? We just went with the upper eye first. So this one's a good one. I like that one. Just make a little note about that. Boom, little icicle right there with an eye underneath it. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to concentrate on this part of the eye first. Okay, good deal. All right, let's go to the next one. What do you say? Okay, we ain't wasting no time. We're just discovering some things and trying different faces. Okay, let's say front face references, front male, 100 heads. What's that about? 100 heads. What about, let's see, 100 heads. That's like an interesting character. Okay, now this one, let me see. What am I feeling here? One. Mm-hmm. Now this is a little bit more of a downturn. So I think the same. I think I can use the same rule to apply this. So I can do this, right? And then I can come here and be like, boom, and then do like this for the eye shape, right? And then come back here, boom, like this. And then come back for the nose shape, which for guys it's usually significantly bigger. You don't want to really waste no time on that. Just kind of go for it. Okay. All right, and then what do we have here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. I like that one. So anytime that I can see the upper lid, maybe it might be to my benefit to just go ahead and use that to my advantage. Because otherwise, I sometimes find myself making the base part of the eye a little bit too, big or whatever. More larger than what I'd like it. Then again, I'm my own worst critic, so you know what I mean. Okay, I think that one came out good. That's a good one. Yeah. So we did again. We concentrated on the fold over the top of the eye for that one. So that one gave us a good result. Okay, so that's like let's go ahead and color in my mustache here. What time we got? It is 1:30. Okay. All right, let's see. Using my big Crayola. Okay. And then we'll just kind of put it in there like this. Okay. So this would be my example of what I would do at work. This is a half body black and white. Yeah. So that would be an example of that right there. Okay, so that one came out good. I like it. Okay. All right, now let's go to our next picture. Again, happy accidents today. So if you make a mistake, just keep going, right? See what you can turn it into. Can you save it? Can you save the picture, right? So here we go. We got this guy right here. And if I make a mistake, I'll try to save it. And I'm also talking about the eye shapes and things of that nature. So this is going to be this is a really cool little study here today. I always get lost in my studies when I'm drawing out like this. This is the only thing that made me hyper focus as a kid. You know, I did so much drawing as a young kid. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to go with 1, 2, 3 sides. Okay, so I got one curl, right, and that curl just kind of covers all the sides right here, 1, 2, and then this one right here just kind of goes up here and goes out, and in here you'll see we have like little hairs, but we don't really need that. Let's go with our U shapes here. Okay, so we need those to be kind of okay. All right, now with this one we don't really have an upper lid. Okay, so how do I want to approach this? So what I would do here, let's give him a little bit more. He has a softness about his eyes, you know, not really an edginess. So I want to use something that's round. So I think what I would do here is I would just go ahead and create the angle going toward the eye. And then I would also create the eyeball. So I would do the same thing I did last time. Now this one I would do the same thing, right? But only thing is I'm gonna give it a wrap around and then bring the eye. So now you can kind of see right where how this one has more eyelid, that one really doesn't have the eyelid. And then you come around and then you'll bring it down like so, right? You got a good look right there. Okay. Got a big space here between the nose, and we want that space to just kind of fill out with the rest of our shape here. In fact, we can just add some nostrils here. I don't see much of a roundness at the front of his nose, and that might be because of the angle that the picture's drawn at, so I'm not going to put that there. I'm just going to kind of make it come straight down and then try to detail it with the black marker. So here I can just, you know, I'm going to just do a little, maybe a V shape or something. And then we have this, and then we have our, all right, now let's go ahead and put our little shape down here just to complete the beard. Feels nice and round. Okay. Now, the next thing that I'll do here is I would like to, I want to extend out from the eyebrows down. So I like to act like the eyebrows are on a little shape here. So I want to kind of keep going out here. And I think the best thing to do here would be to create the beard line. As you come out here first, just create it, because give it a little bit more realism, the inner beard line, and then you might come out here and you'll add your outer beard line here. Okay. It's a lot more interesting that way, I think. So if we'll downsize this just a bit, all right, we're going to go ahead and add our neck shape here. And our ear shapes are kind of obscured back there in the background. So I'll tell you what, we'll just kind of look at the overall shape of this. So maybe we can cut it in pieces at the top of this here. We got that part there. So we don't really have a high piece. We just want to do something like this. And I'm using this as my baseline, so I can see how tall I'm making this shape. You see? And then what I do is I come around and I try to almost make the same shape again. Right? Basic hair straight. All right. Let's go ahead and add that ear shape in there. It's kind of just hanging out back there. Okay. Looks great. Now we'll just go ahead and color in our eyebrow shapes here. All right. And then we will color in our beard shape here, and which I should have been using a bigger marker. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I shouldn't be drawing with that one like that. I think the markers are so hard to come by these days. So we'll just use a regular thick Sharpie. These come in good for this, right? Then we'll just Add that shape there. All right. Maybe we can just come down here and just fix our beard shape. Okay, and then up here in the hair, you might want to use something that's a little dry. And I think that'll help you out a little bit more, so you can, we look for the predominant angle here. So predominantly, we have our base angles going like this. Okay, so down here, you're going to see me just kind of almost stay with this repetitive pattern here at the bottom. Right, but then when I get up here, you'll see that I'll kind of take the angle in a different direction, give your eye the illusion that the hair is flowing back. And over here, we'll just kind of keep going, right? Looking at the dominant angles of the hair. We're not trying to perfectly recreate hair, but we want to stay with a consistent pattern. I find that that's the real key to getting really convincing hair, is to use a consistent pattern. And then I'll come back and I'll add my shadows here and here. Again, developing my nose without having to add lines to the nose. I can even add a little bit of roundness in the front, and it's not as intrusive as it would be had I use a black marker to do that with. Okay, so that's good. All right, and then let's go ahead and shadow her in. And this is also a half body black and white, right? And this one came out awesome. I'll just go ahead and do those little lines here, very short ones. And then, okay, and that's it, guys. So we've got a half, all right, half body. All right, and then we got black and white. Okay. Okay, guys, so just a little, if you give me just a moment here. Okay, hold on. All right, real quick, guys, I want to give you guys a little bit of announcements. All right, I do teach classes online, so if you want to learn to draw a caricature, I can teach you. All you have to do is sign up for a class. I'll get you taken care of. We are doing our summer bundles right now, so you can get the 3 classes for $105 instead of $45 a class. So don't forget to check out those classes, okay, guys? This is going to be our fan funding page, and what that is basically is we took a bunch of videos about drawing and some behind the scenes videos about drawing and different aspects of just to kind of, for me to connect with you connect, and we put them all together on Patreon, and then we devised them in tiers. So basically when you sign up for Patreon, you'll have access to a lot of videos that'll help you to be able to do your caricature better. Now, if you want to take, sometimes that might be an alternative to taking classes when the classes may be a little bit expensive for your budget at this time. But we do have our mini caricature course tier, mini caricature course tier on Patreon. So check it out. And I'm going to be adding videos to that as we go along. So the good news is that if you sign up for it today, you'll be able to have access to any future lessons that I put on that tier. So I just want to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of heads up on that. Okay, so check out Patreon. Tips are awesome, and those tips are going to go toward our new tent. Our tent, we lost in a weather event last time that we had an event. And so we are needing to replace our tent. And so the tent that we want to get it kind of has the RowserWorld thing on and all that. And the printing and all that, it costs, this is what it's going to run us. But we've raised about 150 of our goal. If you guys want to donate toward that, man, we really would appreciate it. If you've been rolling with me for a while, but if you haven't been, Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you a lot, guys, for your help. I certainly appreciate you being generous and helping us. Right. Thank you. All right. So let's go to my next picture. All right. Today we're just going through some caricatures and talking about them. All right. Let's look at our next picture here. Let's go ahead and see if we got another guy down here we can roll with. Golly, that guy looked like Ashford, the guy from Ashford and Simpson. Okay, let's see here. We got a bunch of different little faces here. Let's see which one I want that looks interesting to me. This guy looks interesting. I like it. That's interesting. He has a different look. You don't see a guy that looks like this every day. All right. So what I'm noticing about this head here, what it looks like to me, it looks like it almost looks like a cone, right, with hair coming out the top and bottom. So just think about it like this. If you thought of the top of the head here, right around the so I'm gonna have this kind of doing like this. So I'm gonna do this part first because I want to know where all of that goes to. Okay, so now, and we'll just put like one little curl in there, right? One or two little curls, right? Maybe even three little curls. Okay, and we'll get to the rest of it in a minute. But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of come down here in a very short way, very quick, short way before we come backwards down and into ultimately this fanned out ear shape. So I'm going to fan it out just a little bit more than it is in the picture. Okay, create my depth in the ear shape, and then I want to I can see my eyebrows are here. So what I want to do here is I want this shape here around the eyebrow to be really defined. So I'm going to put that in parentheses. I don't know if you've ever seen, and in art and maybe in math they use parentheses. So sometimes you want to emphasize something, I might parenthesize it. Right, that's what you can think of. So if you think of this as the eyebrows, right? So what I'm doing is saying, okay, these eyes, I put them inside of a parenthesis, right? So that it looks like that's an emphasis point for me. Then here I got an emphasis point on my cheek. So again, that would be a point where I would just come out and I would do parenthesis on it again. Okay, and then this part is not as parenthesized, so I'm going to go a little bit in on this shape, right? And then as I get to the bottom, I'll just draw my hair shape, right? And level out at the bottom and then hit the bottom of that face. So now we got our whole general idea here. Okay, now let's do our ear shape out here at the side. And we will begin to work on our eye shape. So here we want to go ahead and zoom in on those eyes. And we want to see, well, what makes those eyes unmistakably his, or you get what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking about is, what can I draw that doesn't look like an eye, that's not an eye, because we don't want to call it an eye, but that looks like this shape here. So a lot of shapes come to my mind. I'm gonna tell you what I'm mostly thinking about is I don't know if this is gonna be a thing here. So what I would do is I would draw, I'm gonna draw two little circles here, right? Watch. So I'm gonna draw a circle here, right? And then I'm gonna draw a circle here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring those circles in a little bit closer than what they are in the picture, because his eyes. And then when I do it, what I'm gonna do here, you know what I could do? Actually, let's make those circles even smaller. I think maybe where I was messing up before is I made them look too small. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. What if I make them about this big, one, and then come around? What if I just did this? Boom. Okay, you see that? And then put the eyes in there like that. So you see how small that is? Now that's what I was looking for right there. Just like that. Okay, just like that. That's what I'm looking for. I moved the relationship in some, right, so that I could expand the nose outward. So he got like this nose shape that kind of goes to the side here on this, and then it fans out and comes like this. A lot of flatness in this shape here. So flat here, and this tells me flat. So his nose is kind of flat in this area right here. We don't want a shape that hoops over. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'll add my, I guess I can go ahead and add my beard shape here. So I would do something like this, right? And then come out and do the same thing over here. All right, and then we can just kind of, you know, let's do something like this here. And then we got this little shape here that comes around. Okay. And then we'll just go ahead and put his neck shape out here like this if we want, right? Add a little shovel on there like this, a little shovel. Okay. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and just add this darks to the top here. Yep. Okay, that looks awesome. All right, now let me see here. Something is going on here because I keep hearing the. I want to go over here to the Spanish. All right, now let's go ahead and shadow our drawing in. And when you do this, you're see how you're going to be talking yourself through a lot of this. And you have to have confidence in your decisions. When you make a decision, you have to have confidence in the decision you made, or your drawing's going to look like you didn't have confidence in the decision you made. It's going to literally look like that. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, if I had one piece of advice to give you, I think that would be it. Hey, what's going on, DJ? How are you today? How are you? Okay, so now I'm going to go back down here to this hair. Okay, and again, happy accidents today, guys. Happy accidents. We're just picking faces that look already have a lot of character already in them. And what that does is it takes away the apprehensiveness, the fear, right, of getting it right. A lot of times when somebody's face is too perfect, you don't want to mess up their face, right? So you might feel a little bit of fear about drawing them. So we're just going to eliminate that right off the bat, right? Here goes all of our shapes here. This is done. This part was done with a Sharpie Magnum. So if you guys are wondering what kind of marker I'm using to do this, I preferably like to have them a little bit dried out so that they can go down in a gradient. So I'll keep one that's full power. I'll keep one that's dried out. I got all my old dried out markers still. This is my thing, right? Okay. All right. So let's see here. I think that's it. I mean, we can, I think that's it. Let's come over here and do like a one-line deal here. Okay. And there we have it, guys. Quick caricature drawing. Okay. All right. So with this eye right here, remember what we kind of did an E shape, right? So we just kind of came around with two backwards E's, right? And then we just added the eyes to it. So I like to use those for the squinty kind of eyes because they automatically give you that look. I was not happy about her camera. Oh, really? Did she let you take her picture? Hey, look, let me tell you something. That's just comes with the territory. Sometimes they're gonna like it, and sometimes they ain't. You know what I mean? But that's why I practice the way that I do. But you thought it looked great, but she was offended. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the club. You've earned your offense badge, right? Or you're not a caricature artist until you get your offense badge. I know you wasn't trying to offend, but sometimes it's just the way it goes. You know, some people, even if you felt like it was, you really wasn't even trying to go there, but they, you know, it's what happens sometimes. Okay, now let's go here. We got a bunch of interesting faces to go through here. So let's go and, oh, I need to charge my battery on my phone too, actually. Is my son out here? Ethan, come here, son. Is mommy open? Is mommy asleep?
Yes.
She is? Okay, never mind then. Okay. All right, let me see. Oh, yes, let me check them out. Send them over here. I like to check those out, DJ. Dun-dun. All right, let's go to our next drawing, guys. All right, so on this one, we're gonna look for something interesting. We need something that's, wait a minute, what about, you know, the guy that, where we was at, that was this one, right? So if I go down here, it should have faces that are very similar to what I just drew, right? So we can go back and we can attack this guy right here, because I think that, this is not the same guy, but we can use the same concept, right? If you look at him, he has very similar features to this guy. You know what I'm saying? So now what that tells me is I can draw, so I can do something like this here. Excuse me, turn this down. So what that tells me is I can do something like this here. But now this is a little bit more, I don't know, if I do like this, boom. Oh yeah. And then I do like this. And then come like this. And then like that. You see? All right. Come over here with this flat nose. So we could just make a flat shape. Whatever you want to do. You see how that represents flatness? You don't really necessarily have to draw his nose, but you got to draw a flat nose, something that represents it, okay? Now he does, I do kind of want to emphasize this part of his face a bit, so I'm going to kind of go over this. I'm going to kind of go over and down and over and down, and then I'm going to get to the cheekbones, and I'm going to go 1, 2, and I almost treat it like a little, like how can I put it? Like a, I can't think of the word that I'll show you in a minute. I can't think of a word to describe what I'm thinking about, but it's how I draw my faces from top to bottom. It's very easy to get them layered in easier. You know what I mean? When you do it this way. So here we got our, this, right? And we're going to come out here. And this one right here, I'm just going to go with a straight up little shape here. Trying to do as less line breaking as possible before I get to these ears. To just kind of come out here like this, right? Okay. Oh, I'm streaming on YouTube right now, Gibby. So if you go to YouTube and go to RowserWorld, you'll be able. Oh, well, actually, you can see my face here too, though, because I am streaming on with the TikTok too. So, hold up. There we go. I'm gonna look at that picture for you in just a minute, DJ. Okay, just give me just a second. I'm gonna go over to Facebook and check you out. Okay, now once I get here, right, you can see that I'm gonna go from here, and what I'm gonna do is I want to go up and build on top of this. You get what I'm saying? And bring this shape around. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to go out here and make it big, because what I want is I want to emphasize that brow line. See how much more character it gives my drawing? Now this is a line you can't see, you know, but you have to know that it comes off of that cheekbone. So this is the way you want to, you know, really be familiar with your rhythms of the face. So here, we're going to be concerned with all of my out angles and this is going to be really a triangle type angle here. So you can see this is a triangle, but you can see his little chongo comes up like this, which I don't think I have enough room on this paper to fit one, but you can see that it's way up here, right? And then you just kind of color this part in here. Okay, just like that. Okay, now we're going to go to our smile. So we want to turn up the smile just a little bit, right? Okay, get it? And then we come here, come around, go back up, down, right? See what I'm saying? Got great out finished product here. And you just bring these around. Something like that. Okay, got a little bit of waves here. One. I'll make a smaller one and a small one, right? Okay, I think that looks great. So we did it. Okay, so what we're going to do now. Okay, I'm gonna check out those. I'm about to dive into those right now. And this here, then we got that, and then that. You know how I like to use your pictures and redraw them anyway, right? Is that okay if we do that sometimes? No. I don't ever want you to think I'm trying to one-up you, man. I'm just practicing. Yeah. Okay, and then let's get our black marker out here. And again, we'll use our dried marker here so that we can get plenty of depth in this picture. So we'll just kind of go up here. We'll go up and then kind of go around. Using a lot of impressionism. This is a very similar situation to how Bob Ross colors his drawings. If you guys ever watch any of Bob Ross's shows or painting shows, he uses a lot of impression, okay, to do the drawings with. Okay, he uses a lot of impression, and so he's able to get not only a cleaner result, but a faster result quicker. So one of the things that I get at work a lot is, how did you make so many details in such a short amount of time? And it's because I keep the drawing very simple. Okay, very simple. All right, and this is, I'm gonna go ahead and look at your drawings real quick. So let me just go ahead and say this is you know what I'm saying, then we'll just sign my work here. All right. Yeah. Something like that, right? Okay, so now this real quick, you said you sent them on via Facebook. So let me go to Facebook real quick. Messenger. Let's see what you got. Okay, Benjamin, be there that I was going to. Oh, I gotta answer Cherish back too. I didn't see that. Okay. You got a lot of pictures from yesterday. Okay. So this is DJ. DJ is actually a caricature artist. So he's out there doing it. We're doing it together. He's actually out there doing it. Let's look at this one right here. Okay, you see these eyes right here? You see those? That's the same kind of eyes as these that we're doing right here. These look tight. Congrats, Avery, 2026. Yeah. Let's try it. But let's go through a bunch of them. Let's go and look at them. All right. Cole. Cole is on point. Wait, Cole on point. On point. I like that one. No complaints at all. Dang it. Okay, congrats, Katie. Yeah. Okay. I can roll with that. All right, now this is Sophia. I can roll with it. I see the resemblance there. Definitely. Nola. Okay. I see the resemblance. I can see some. I'm trying to see one I'd like to try. Give my hand too here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This one looks like a, let me see. No, that one's really good too. I like the way you captured that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's real nice. Let me look at the. Mm-hmm. And also the way you got the bridge of the nose and everything, that one's real nice. That one looked real nice. Okay. All right, let me see. I think I looked through all of the first ones. Oh, these are some other ones. This is the other party that you were at, I think, right? Okay, so we got this other party you were at. Yeah, but I'm telling you, look here, DJ, learn this one right here, straight up. The one I'm doing today. Watch with this guy right here. If you'll look how you did, see how his eye. Either way, this is a good emotion. I mean, for him to have. But and then again, I don't know what you when you were looking at him live. It's always going to be a little bit different. But when I was looking at this here, I'm thinking when you got the guys, you have to consciously almost make their eyes closer in, especially with men. Just trust me. I know it doesn't make sense, but when you look at it, you can see his relationship of his eyes and his nose are very big, very, very. His eyes are very close to his nose. So what you want to do, right, is we'll create that. We'll go ahead and we'll create the E shape, right? Create an E. Look, and then over here, right, you create another E. So you go here. You can come around. Since both of them are going this way, we can just draw two E's on the paper. Once you draw the two E's, right, now watch. What you do here is you got your eye in here and you got the eye in here. And then you got this part over the top that looks like a thick piece like this. And then you got these little, you see, like this. And so what I'm thinking about like that is like little feathers over his eyes. You know what I mean? And then over here, I might go, you see? And now we got this here. That's what it feels like I'm seeing anyway. Okay. And we got this straight shot right here. Like boom, like that. Okay. Then we're gonna come here, and I like this shape right here over the eye. So I'm gonna go here again. You see how I did that? Then I come out here. And then here. You see what I'm saying? Then we'll do the same thing. Let's go ahead and put it in parentheses. Right? This one's going to be a little bit bigger, right? And then you come here with this ear shape. Not a lot of fat on his ears, so he's good on that. Then here I just kind of write backwards. You can see here I'm going into a round shape. So here my hair almost comes from it's a round shape. If you can almost picture a round shape underneath here, right? And then you got your hair almost coming from underneath that shape, right? And up here, it's going to be very light. See? Something like that. And then we'll come over here. All right. So learn the double E. Full of personality, I can tell it. So yeah, this one is really a good eye shape. The double E's. Okay. Learn them, double E's, and then they come with an eyelid over the top. So the I goes inside of the part of the E here. So you'll see a lot of these types of eyes when someone's smiling. You get what I'm saying? This one pretty evident for him, right? So I come here, boom, boom, right? You see all the shadows coming in there. Okay, see that? This is me just kind of leading your eyes to where I want you to go to. Okay. There we go. All right. So it looks like we got a good one there. Okay. So that one's the double E I, right? E-I. Okay, let's look over here. What's she look like? What is it? I can't really see her face much, but I get it. They look like they have a lot of purpose. Let me see. Oh, look at that. Let me see here. Yep, that one's really nice. I like that. You went in on that one. I can see a strong likeness right there. Strong likeness. I'd like to try this one too. This was a really good one. Okay. And then after that, I'll go back. But we'll look at the rest of them and then we'll get back into it. Okay. All right. Let me see here. So this is her face. Where would I start here? You know what I'm thinking? I want her eyes and her mouth and everything to be in. So I want to where I want is I wonder if I can do that. What if I do this? I don't know. I don't know. Just humor me for a second. What if I did this? What would happen? I don't know. And so, how long were you at this event for? Just out of curiosity. Oh wow! What if I could do this looks like an S. Oh snap! I just saw that. Wait. Did y'all see that? It looked like it. So just like there's one that looks like an eye, apparently the S shape is also very, very prominent. I don't know, something like that, right? Okay. Oh, you made some. The other was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Man, that's awesome. The Beverly Hills Hotel. Sound like somewhere I'm going. I'm there. The Beverly Hills Hotel. Yeah, man, that's great. You made some good connections there too for another event. That's the way you got to do it. You just go in, you be on your best behavior. You try to be anyway, right? And then, people, it's hard to find people you can trust that that's going to make your event fun, So, and once they find you, they tend to just kind of go back to you, you know, all the time. And so that's awesome. I'm glad that you're having such success finding events and stuff like that, you know, because that's part of it. And marketing, going out and marketing those events, making those connections. Okay, let me see. Boop, boop, boop. All right, something like that. Then I might just come here. I like to move this over here. Then we'll just come down here. That kills some of the. Now, if I wanted to kill, like if I was in this situation and I wanted to kill some of the space on the face, I always do that last. So let's see how this is real round right here, even though I like it. If I wanted to kill some of it, you just do like this. Nobody knows. Because there's a natural space between your hair and your face, right? That's dark. You know what I'm saying? So you see how that just really thinned her face out a lot, didn't it? And then I just do my beautification thing, my makeup, right? And man, I got you in there after that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So what time we got? 2:12. Okay. So that one was a really good one. Now, real quick, guys, again, don't forget to take classes. If you guys want to take a class with me, you can take classes at RowserWorld.com/classes. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, yes, some shading. Oh, yes. Now I'm going to tell you with shading, I'm going to be doing some. Are you a member of our Patreon, DJ? I'm not sure. Are you? Yeah, the shading is going next level. Shading is always something. Just, you know, I'm gonna do some videos around that too. So anyway, these are the classes here. If you guys want to join our Patreon family, don't forget to check out our Patreon page. In particularly our caricature mini course tier that we just came up with. So this is a super awesome tier for you to check out, because I do small mini like courses that, you know how when you go to YouTube, or sometimes you go to a channel and you'll hear about the you'll start the video, but they spend 30 minutes telling you what their name was and where they're from, and then they want to joke and all that. Well, I don't do any of that in these videos. What I do is I go straight to the, all right, we're going to be learning this, and then this is what it is. And then that's it. And then you get, so it's a really good, and I'm going to be doing some on the shading. That's actually something that I'm going to be doing within the next 2 weeks. I got a list of different mini courses I want to put out, but that was one of the ones I wanted to touch. But, you know, that's always something for you to consider. All right, so check that Patreon page. Now, we also, our tips are appreciated, guys. If you feel like you are benefiting from the stream, those tips will be going toward us trying to get our tent replaced. Again, if you guys have been streaming with me for the last several weeks, you know that we've been going through this fundraiser. The fundraiser right now, we're at $150. We raised $150 of the $950. So right now we're right around 800 short of our goal, but we're trying to get there. So if you guys will help us out, we really appreciate you. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get back to the lesson, or get back to the drawing. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I think I'm gonna do like one or two more, and then we're gonna do a word of the day here today. Okay? Because I know we didn't do our word. Oh, look at them. Let me see. The Beverly Hills Hotel. Yeah. Okay. 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 Cool. She has very strong features too. Very strong. Man, so these, oh, I got to write this down. I've got to write this down. Where is it? Okay. Let me see here. Let me look at this face real quick. No, that's too small, but I'm just looking at these eyes real quick because, and the ideas that I did. So this one was 2 E's. Okay, with eyes. So we're just gonna call it the E. Then we had S. Now how did I do that S? I said like okay. Or it could just be 2 outward facing E shapes like this. So we can just kind of, man, isn't that something? And then you can even do it like this. Wait. I was looking at this eye shape for her too. So you see how that E shape kind of shaped it between, because it's kind of like the fatty part over the top of the eye. Or maybe we could have did like this and then brought the E shape in with it like this. And then put this in there. And then come back with it. Yeah, like that one. That's what I was looking for right there. Okay, so it was just like, you see, like that. And what it does, it gives you a fatty look, like right around the side of the eye shape, like she has it right here, and you need that for her likeness. Yeah, I can see it. Let me see something. So, I could, let me see. If I do them outward facing, what does that mean? Let me see. What if I do this and make them outward facing? Yeah. So either or way, either one of those would have worked out for her. So, okay. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. That looks like him. Yeah, very good. Yeah, these are back to the E eyes. So it'd be like this, this. And then you can squeeze them like this. You see? Then like that. Hers are like, she has them too, but this lighter, like this. Right, then you can see hers just like this. See? Like that. And then it got the little eyelashes here. Okay. All right. So that was pretty cool. All right, guys. So I think that's it. I've been here for about an hour and a half streaming. Let me see. So I don't know if we have. Is anybody? Are we still live on TikTok? I'm not even. Oh yes, I am. I am live on TikTok. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen anybody commenting over here, so I was like, okay. All right. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to go ahead and do our word of the day. Okay, and basically after every stream, I like to do a word of the day. It helps me to leave feeling encouraged about my life, right? Yeah, sure, man. So if you, we get started on that in just a minute. Okay. And so today I'm going to be going from my devotional. So I'm going to go ahead and pause my music just real quick so we can do this word. And then we'll get you guys out of here. All right, guys. So thank you for coming out to the stream today. Certainly was a pleasure to be able to draw with you again. This is our word of the day. I'm just going to share my Bible study with you. I do it after every stream if you're just new to the stream. Just like to give thanks because I think that's a reason why sometimes we don't experience the joy of the real true joy of life is because we aren't grateful sometimes. Almost like we have an entitlement to waking up, an entitlement to go to work, an entitlement to this, an entitlement to that. And almost we can become spoiled brattish, throwing tantrums all the time. No gratefulness, no gratitude for things that have been done for you, So this is for me as a reminder about that. It doesn't matter how much I learn how to draw, how good I ever get at this. Doesn't matter. Can't take it with me, right? I can't take money. I can't take the talent. I can't take any of it. I can't take my kids. I can't take my wife. And so when I sit and look at it, sometimes it almost looks unfair to me. But I know it, but it's not unfair because, according to the scripture, he told us this was not a game. In the beginning, the fun that we have in life is supposed to be derived from our purpose. Like while we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, we find joy in that. But this was never meant to be like, now that I'm older, I can see that this was not meant. I was not brought here to have fun. I was brought here for a purpose. I can have fun. I can have joy, but that was not the purpose of being here. And the more that I study and develop myself spiritually, the better I'm able to handle things that happen to me in my life, in this world. You're going to lose people. Death is going to happen. You're going to have emergencies. You're going to have losses of jobs. You're going to have relationships. You're going to have people that let you down. We all kind of go through the same rigmarole. And but it all just kind of boils down to, how do we handle those things? And that's why I always, take time out to study the word. So just give me a second here, guys. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be coming today out of Faith and Confession. My uncle actually bought me this book about, hold on, I'm trying to look for page 27. He bought me this book a couple of birthdays ago, 27, and I really like it because it's super awesome. So this is what we're going to be. The next two words of the day are going to be on this, so we might not get through all of it, but we want to definitely talk about it. Okay, so today our word of the day is going to be life and death in words. Life and death in words, the power of your words. Right? When I was young, I remember I spoke out of turn a lot. I spoke about things that I just threw words around without understanding that it had meaning to them. That is until my encounter with God, and he showed me that the words are powerful because life and death are in the words that you speak. It says that in scripture. If you really just sit and think about that, that means that when you say something out of your mouth, you're going to believe it. If you said it, you believe it. Might not believe it if nobody else said it. But if you say that you're insufficient, if you say that you're not worthy, that you're not deserving, that there's no reason to live, these types of things like this, these things all have connotations and negative connotation to it. They have things that you're going to, they call forth things from the universe, and they begin to affect your life. It's just as simple as that. So I would like to read this and see what the word has to say for us today. So it says, most people do not realize the power of words. Do you realize that the things you are speaking out of your mouth are setting the circumstances of your life? Do you realize that? Do you realize that the things you are speaking out of your mouth are setting the cornerstones of your life? So every time you say something, cornerstones are the four. You ever built a building before? If you ever seen anybody build a building or a house, there's cornerstones, and those stones are the foundation of the whole building. And this is what you're putting down every time you speak a word. Yesterday I was at church. We was talking about how now they're talking about the youngsters and all they're so bad and all they're so this and all they're so that and all the bad in the world, right? And I choose or I refuse to speak those words because I'm not going to allow the spirit of fear or the spirit of untogetherness or the spirit of separation to cause me to stop talking to people, to give up on the youngsters because they don't do things the same way we did them when we was young. Personally, I believe when we was younger, we were I'm going to tell you what we were. We partied too much and we were over-sexualized. Everybody was just, that's all it was, all about all the time. Everybody was just doing, that's why we got right now, everything that's happening right now is a result of all of that. Those guys, we going out, sleeping around, getting people pregnant, and then leaving the mama for them to not raise, and they're not there to raise that baby. So now we got a whole bunch of dudes now in this generation that are coming up where they didn't have the teachings of a father and a mother together because both are significant in the raising of the child. Nothing has taught me that better than having children at 53 years old. I have two baby kids because one of my kids is 5, the other's 2. I'm going back to kindergarten, but now I never had sons. And when I had these, I was like, whoa, how much more they respond to my voice than they respond to their mother. They can respond to their mother in a certain way. But when it comes to certain things, we both notice it because we're like, man, if I say it, it carries different weight than when the mom says it. You get what I'm saying? So this is what happened. We did it, and we're trying to now give up on the youngsters and give us. The power of words. Let's get back on track here. So it says words deceive us. Words transmit. Words transmit. Think about that. The words you speak transmit faith or fear. Every cell in your body is a soldier waiting for orders and instructions from you. Every cell, all the energy of your body is all waiting for you to say, well, what are we going to do next? And the moment that you speak a word, okay, we're a loser. Okay, it's going to mobilize all the troops, all the cells in your body are going to get together and they're going to say, well, the boss says that we're losers. So let's get together and be losers. On 3, break, lose. That's exactly what your body does. That's exactly what your world does. That's exactly what your relation, everything starts to die when you start speaking negative words. So when we are talking about your spoken words, we are talking about things that are, in fact, very powerful. We start in Genesis where God looked out over the darkness that was over the earth. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. You notice that the Spirit of God was hovering above the water. The water was there. The darkness was there. And the Spirit of God was there. But nothing happened until words were spoken. God said light. And when God spoke, it came to existence. Interesting. His words were his creative power. I can't draw a stick bigger. So you can't. So many people today think of words as being unimportant. We just throw them around. You have heard people make statements like this. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But it says here, nothing is further from the truth. Words can kill you. Yes, they can verbally, literally kill you. If you don't know what you are doing with words, they will destroy you. If you're the type of person that just goes around talking just to be talking, they will destroy you. It says here in Proverbs, the integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Perverseness is crooked and contrary speech. Perverseness is crooked and contrary speech. That means something that does not line up with the word of God. Proverbs has a lot to say about perverse lips, crooked and contrary speech, or speaking things that are contrary to what we actually believe. I'm going to start a business today, but it'll never work. When you start thinking of what you want to do, you start thinking of or talking about 5 ways this is going to fail as soon as you say what you're going to do. Many people speak perversely again. They don't know why they do it, but they do. And we have to break ourselves of that. We have to watch what exactly is coming out of our mouth. Sometimes we just, again, throwing words and we don't realize what we're saying and what picture we're painting for our life. This is what the Bible calls perverse speech. It's crooked or contrary. You are speaking contrary to what you actually mean or believe. It says God created man in his own image and in his likeness. God's will is his will for man. When I say man, I mean mankind. Man was created in the image of God. Man's word, your words, should be your will towards God. Man's word should be your will toward God. We really shouldn't speak anything that we don't desire to come to pass or that is not our will. You know, man, that's funny because I've been dealing with that a lot lately. That's our word of the day, actually. But I've been dealing with that personally. I find now, I find myself saying a lot of times, like, I'll think of a scenario that's like, sometimes your mind wanders and you want to think of a scenario. I was thinking, I think it was the other day, I was thinking, no, it was this morning. This morning. My wife went to take my uncle to go to the doctor to get his heart checked. And when she left, it was raining really hard. And in my mind, I started thinking about her getting in a car accident. And I started worrying about that. And I was like, man, and I started thinking about losing my wife. And then what would happen if I had the kid? And then my mouth said, you shut your mouth and you don't say that, even in thoughts, because the words are not just blah, 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 blah. Words are the things that you speak inside of your head, the self-talk. Those are words too, not necessarily ones that came out your mouth towards somebody else, but ones that are in your head are the words that they're talking about as well. Not just spoken words outside of your mouth, but spoken words in your head and spoken words outside of your head. So we're talking about the thoughts that you think towards yourself and towards your life and your situation. And then, the reason that I pull back those words and pull back those thoughts was because I was like, the enemy don't know how to attack you until you say how to attack you. You know what I mean? So I've made it a point to really, really watch what I say about anybody, right? In fact, it says a wise person is quiet. More people will think you wise if you don't speak, but a person that runs their mouth a lot is usually a foolish, and they're probably lying about something because they talk too much. So we have to watch the power of our words. So that's our word of the day today, guys. Life and death in words. The power of words. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead, guys, and get out of here. I want to thank y'all for coming out to the live stream today. Don't forget, if you want to tip, you can at Cash App. We have our Cash App already on the screen. And you also can take classes with me at RowserWorld.com/classes. We'd love to have you and do a class with us, okay? All right, guys. So I think pretty much that's it. I'll be seeing you guys again on Saturday. Be there or be square. Nope, I won't be streaming Saturday. I have an event Saturday. So I won't be here Saturday. But I may stream on Friday then. I don't know. Or maybe even Thursday instead of doing it on Saturday. So, but I'll let you guys know. Just keep your notifications button on and we'll take care of it from then. All right, guys. So thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a blessed and awesome day. I'll catch you guys next time.